What is up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Infusions. Today we are gonna cook, or using what we have, carbonara. So we're gonna use fettuccine, and very simple. All you need is either this, spaghetti, whatever type of pasta you like, you can use. We're gonna go with this today, and then egg is gonna be your main ingredient. This is gonna be your sauce. So you need about 5 of these, and what we need from here is pretty much the yolk. So that's all we're getting, not the egg white, just the egg yolk. I'll show you an easy process on how to get that as well. You need heavy whipping cream. I didn't have heavy whipping cream, so I had milk. You're just gonna need a little bit of it. Honestly, that might even be too much, but you'll see me pour it in as I do it. A little bit of garlic. Oops. And you need Parmesan. I don't have Parmesan right now, and I feel too lazy to go to the store, so I'm just gonna use what we have, and this is queso fresco.
We just being real today.
Yeah, so I don't know how it's gonna come out, but that's the whole point of food. We experiment, we find out. If it comes out good, there you go. I like to use soy sauce a lot. I use that pretty much instead of salt, but I put these up. That's pretty much the sodium preferences that I prefer to use. And I'm using this mainly for the meats. You can do chicken, chicken parmesan. It's pretty much the one that you want to use, but I felt like doing something different, and I got a piece of London broiled beef, so that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to shred it up, and you're going to see me do that as well. And a main ingredient that goes into the pasta is going to be bacon. You just want the fat from that and the nice crunchy texture. I'm going to combine that with some onion and sweet peppers, and that's about it. So let's get started. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and dump this here. And I already have about 3 quarts for this one. It's just 3 servings, but mainly 2.
That was our dog, by the way. He sneezed.
Yeah.
Don't y'all thinking it's us.
So this is how I like to hold it pretty much until it starts bending a bit. So you can see the process. That way to make sure that all of it goes in. And then just separate it. That's it. Make sure to add salt and oil. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. It can be whatever oil you want to use, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna use canola oil right now. And then let's add some salt. I already have salt over there, but I feel too lazy to get it. So I'm just gonna use one from here. Now the amount of salt you add to something like this really doesn't matter, because we're gonna drain that. So unless you have rice is something that absorbs whatever you add to it. So the salt, sodium, we're mainly using it to make sure that our pasta gets boiled. That's what we want it for. And it's kind of like a rock, pretty much. It doesn't disappear. So use that. And then the oil helps it not stick. Just shake it up for a little bit. This one I'm gonna cook it for about 10 minutes, 10 to 15 to be honest with you. And then we're gonna throw out most of the water out, and I'll show you how I do my draining as well. And then while that's getting ready, we're gonna go ahead and get started. So like I said, I'm mostly gonna shred the meat. I'm not gonna grind it or anything, I'm just gonna do it myself. Or I guess what I meant to say is I'm not gonna use a grinder for this. I'm gonna show you all how to grind your own meat, pretty much. It's a little bit of patience, a little bit of work, but once you get it going, it gets pretty easy. Now make sure you're using a sharp knife, otherwise it's gonna take forever to get this cut, guys. So, and just get it, pretty much, and then continue chopping it. Or cutting it, whatever you prefer. Be careful with your fingers, you don't want to get none of that. And then obviously the more you keep cutting the meat, the finer your grind will be. I don't want to go with something that's too small. I want medium or just regular sized chunks, because they're going to shrink once you add them to the grill or to the pan. So now that that's ready, we're gonna go ahead and cut some onion up as well. Now the onion, the size is up to you. You can cut them in slices, and then you can cut it up a little bit more. Or you can just leave it whole the way I had it at first. Or you can even mince it. It's up to you. And all this is gonna go together pretty much. So it's our own version of carbonara. It's more of a twist than anything. We're not doing anything traditional. We're just keeping it real.
That's the beauty of it.
Yup. Let's be honest, I mean, that's the beauty about food. Sorry if you all see me cry, those are the onions. Like I said, we're just keeping it real. Go and then get the bacon, and then that too will go into tiny slices. And like I said, most of this is gonna disappear when we put it in the pan because most of it is fat, so that's the oil that we want. I already prepped the pan with some canola oil. You could use olive oil, avocado oil, coconut oil, whatever you prefer. So pretty much I'm just gonna dump all this in the pan, so watch it. Alright, so we're just gonna throw this in here. That's what you wanna hear. So before throwing any meat in there, you wanna make sure that, like I said, you prep your pan. And that's exactly what I did. I prepped the pan with oil. And when you throw the meat in there, you want to hear that. You want to hear that press. That's how you know it's hot enough. Pretty much take it. I'll be right back in a second. So I just needed to get some more ingredients. So I'm going to throw in garlic in there. The preference is yours. I'm doing about, I'd say it's a tablespoon and a half of garlic right there. And then I'm going to use soy sauce. This pretty much after the water is gone, the color of the soy sauce, not only is it going to give it the sodium level that I want, but it's also going to give it a beautiful brown color, and that's what I want from the meat. I want it that when it gets toasted, it gets brown and crunchy with a good flavor. So that's the beauty about soy sauce. And then we can just add a little bit of more salt, about a half a tablespoon. Now I don't know if y'all noticed, but I don't have it in too much of a high heat. So now that I put more food in there, I'm gonna go ahead and crank it up more. And the reason for that is because the pan was originally already hot, but since cold ingredients went in there at first, the temperature changes. So we want to make sure that it goes back up to what we wanted, that sizzling sound. I don't know if y'all noticed, but you don't hear it right now. But give it about a minute or two and you'll start hearing it again. Then let's check up on the pasta over here. And then let's just give it another stir. Make sure that nothing sticks on the bottom. The last thing you want is a piece of pasta just sticking in there at the end. And not only that, but when you wash the dishes, everything just tends to stick in there, so just watch out with that. Alright, and while all this is cooking, let's move on to the next thing. So remember I said the eggs? We're actually going to use a water bottle for the egg yolk. Get this in here. Then we're just going to break them. And to be very gentle with it. I'm gonna use about 5. The consistency of the sauce depends on you. The more thick that you want it, you wanna add more egg. I wanna keep it about a medium consistency, so I'm just gonna do 5. And again, all we're gonna get is the egg yolk. Ooh, that was water. That's okay. So we're just gonna squeeze the bottle and then just pretty much create like a vacuum. And let that get in there, let it get air again. And then pretty much do the same thing with the egg yolk. Ooh, that one broke a bit. The other one. You'll find it'll become a challenge and kind of like a game, which makes it fun. Now that we got that, I don't know, let's try to get this one. That's too broken. Alright, now that we got that, let's just transfer the egg whites. And we got the yolks. Alright. Now that we got that, break them down. So like I said, guys, this is gonna be your sauce. It's pretty much carbonara. Is pretty much egg yolk. And you're wondering how is this gonna get cooked or how does this become a sauce? And it's pretty simple. Once the pasta is almost done, we're gonna use that leftover water and we're gonna put it in here. And it's gonna allow the egg to cook, but it's gonna create a sauce while cooking it. Because remember, the water is gonna be very hot. And then we're just gonna add a little bit of milk. And if you have heavy whipping cream, just use that. That'll probably be better. And that's just because heavy whipping cream is actually thicker than milk. So now that we have that, we're gonna add a little bit of salt. About half a tablespoon. And then we're gonna add some rosemary in there. About a quarter of a tablespoon, I would say. It's just to give it fragrance. That's the main reason why you want it. And then, like I said, I don't have Parmesan cheese. I'm just gonna get some queso fresco. And I'm gonna leave it in big chunks. I'm gonna allow this to pretty much stay like that. And it won't melt, it'll get more like creamy with the water. So that's why I'm just doing it like that. It breaks up very easy. And for those who are not familiar with it, queso fresco is pretty much just goat milk from goat or cow nowadays. So I use both. But yeah, that's how it's created. And let's just give it another mixture. Break up the bigger pieces that you see. Now let's go check up on our meat. Well, this is actually already cooked, but I'm just waiting for all this water right here. I don't know if you see it. I'm just waiting for that water to go away. And once it does, it's pretty much gonna allow the meat to crunch up. Because the meat is already cooked, so we want it to crunchy. Or not, the choice is yours. If you think this is ready, when it's ready.
Let me move this way.
Okay.
You move that way, I move this way.
Okay.
There you go.
And the pasta should almost be ready. It actually already feels ready. Quick, easy way to try it out is just get one little string. And I mean, if you're the one cooking it, you're the one cooking it. For me, it still feels like it still needs some more. Just like eating it. But you can always let it cool down and then bite into it. Yeah, for right now, if I leave it there in about 1 more minute, it's gonna be al dente, which means pretty much firm. I don't want it like that. I want it a little bit softer, so I'm gonna leave it there about 2 more minutes. And then it should be ready. And if you hear the meat is pretty much ready. Sizzling. I already turned off the stove top on it. So I'm just moving it to make sure that it doesn't stick too much to my pan. And what's gonna stick is pretty much the soy sauce. So if you look at that, that's the soy sauce that ends up in there. So In order to prevent that, you need a non-stick pan or to keep it with some sort of water in there. I don't really care much about it. I'll clean it off. For me, it just allows the meat to get the color that I want. So I'm just gonna let that sit in there. It's pretty much ready. Stove top is off. And then like I said, 2 more minutes. It's 2:42. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove this, and I'm gonna show you how to drain it. Just give me 1 second. All right, so I actually got a little oven glove because I left the tongs in there and it got hot. I'm gonna just paste it here real quick and turn off the stove top. And then I'm not gonna use a drainer. I'm pretty much just gonna dump it in here. A lot of steam is gonna come out. Just be careful, don't burn yourself. Now we want to keep some of that water in there, not too much, but you see how you can't even see it. You just want to have like a coating of water, and immediately after that, you want to mix in the mixture right here. And then that's how we're gonna cook the egg. Just keep mixing it and take these off. So see how it's still a little bit watery at the end? That's gonna go into the pasta because the pasta is still gonna do some more it's gonna soak in some more. So we just keep doing that to evenly coat all the pasta. Just don't do it too hard. You don't want to break the pasta apart either. And then we'll leave this for a little bit, and then let's go back to the meat. Then we're gonna add a butter stick in there, or half a butter stick. And we're gonna allow that to melt. Like I said, the stovetop is already off, but I'm just using the heat that it already has on the pan to coat everything that we have here. So butter will help with the taste on the carbonara as well. You can either already do this, melt it and put it into the sauce, or you can do it into the meat that you're gonna add into there. And it'll still come out good. It'll still have that oil in there, that fat. And if you want to eat a healthier meal, you can always do turkey bacon, ham, chicken. Just keep it healthier. Me and my wife are doing intermediate fasting right now, so we pretty much eat just 1 meal, 2 meals a day. So we're gonna see how this goes for us. And like I said, I'm trying this for the first time, guys. I mean, y'all probably think that I prepped this before, but I really don't. I just go with the flow. And I haven't tried it yet, so I really don't know how it's gonna come out, but pretty sure it's gonna be good. And then let's take this to the light so y'all can see it better. Y'all see that?
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful. And then what we're gonna do from here is just pretty much dump it into the carbonara. You can either save it for presentation and serve it on a plate, and then add this on the top. It's so much better. And like y'all, this is before mixing. You have the beautiful color, even contrast. So you see what I mean? You leave the presentation on top and the carbonara on the bottom. But we're doing this as a meal for us to eat, so we're just gonna mix everything together like that. And if you prefer it that way, you can definitely use it or keep it as well. And that is it, guys. That is our fettuccine carbonara. Alright, so we are ready to serve this. So now, quick transition. It's pretty simple. You're gonna find out that once you start making it, or if you make it, you're gonna find out it's pretty simple. We're gonna leave it like that, and then just one I feel that we should add Good at cutting up some green onions, actually. Or what do you call them, you said?
I think they are green onions.
They're
Yeah.
green onions, right?
Mhm.
They're the long ones,
Yeah.
chives, or whatever y'all prefer to call them. So we're gonna do that. Let's get some more queso, and then just shred it. And look how beautiful it looks, guys. Beautiful. And that is, what are we gonna call it? I guess steak, carbonara, fettuccine. I don't know, guys. Whatever y'all want to call it. It's meat. It's good. Good food. And like I said, y'all pretty much saw us cooking it from scratch. Add some more rosemary in
Salt,
there.
baby.
And it's pretty much. Oh, you want a salt, babe?
No, I'm just kidding.
Well, let's add some sodium in there. Boom. All right, guys. Stay tuned. Maybe next week we'll upload another video. But for the meantime, try this one out. Let me know how it tastes. If you have any feedback or suggestions, comment below and let me know. See you guys.